Well, AP Stats students, you finished learning from chapters 1 through 12, which is great. We're officially done with that. We're going to start getting ready for the review now. I want to kind of show you what you can expect. And we first actually just hop in the calendar. Our review officially starts on the 27th. So you're going to see we have 3 days here this week. 27th is going to focus on chapter 1 material. The 29th is going to cover chapter 2 and some of chapter 3. It's going to wrap that up. Then on Wednesday, we're going to go into chapter 4, go into the calendar here. We're going to continue on that next Tuesday with some chapter 4, so 2 days on that. Then we're going to jump into probability. So we spend 3 days on that one. So we go to chapter 5. Then we have a mix of chapter 5 and 6, and then 5, 6, and 7 is the third day, reviewing some more probability. Students in the past years have said they wanted more practice on probability because they felt they weren't as strong in it. So that's why I do spend 3 days. The last topic then is going to be Inference Study, which is confidence intervals and tests. And we're going to review again chapter 8 really quick on confidence intervals on that Friday. Number 9 are the tests. And then chapter 10 was combined confidence intervals and tests, but for 2 samples. So we kind of revisit that. I don't spend as much time on chapter 10 because it should be more fresh in your brain because we just got done doing it. And then again, your exam is going to be online at home at 1 p.m. on Friday the 22nd. Let me show you the structure of this. So if you just kind of read my guidelines, I kind of talk about it. Again, here is the exam. Keep in mind, it's only 2 free response questions. Per my knowledge, the first one, it's 55% of your grade. You're going to have 25 minutes to read and do it and 5 minutes to upload your answer. Then question 2, you're going to have a 45% of your grade, 15 minutes to read and do, and 5 minutes to upload. And then that is it. The structure for your review, I have the resources here. I talked about the AP Classroom before. When you took your Chapter 11 test online, I had these resources available to you. It's the same thing, so feel free to look at it if you want to. I do have a question board, which I think could be very beneficial. If at any point in time you have a question, maybe it's something about SOX or it's something about correlation coefficient, you want to go into this question board and just type it, then it's something there for everyone, and I can respond to it, and we can kind of learn together and do a good review. In terms of the formula sheet and inference procedure, if I sneak into here, this is the formula sheet. You all have a copy of it. If you don't, I highly suggest you print this out and have it available to you when you take the exam. I don't know if you're going to need it. I have no idea. This is a totally different type of test this year. It's a great resource. The inference procedure, that was the colored document on cardstock I gave you, showing you all the different tests and the conditions to check. Typically, this document you could never use on a test, but it is a take-it-home test. So maybe have that available. If you don't have it, feel free to print it out. And I don't know if you'll reference it or not, but it could be useful. Just briefly on the folders, you're going to see I have the date on there, and we do day 1 through day 10. They are color-coded, by the way. The green is the exploring data topic, which is chapters 1, 2, and 3 get covered in the green on that. Then we're going to switch to the next, which is designing studies. That is just chapter 4. And we spend 2 days on just reviewing chapter 4. That's going to be on May 1st and May 5th. We then switched colors to the blue, which is probability. Probability is going to be chapters 5, 6, and 7, which happens on day 5, 6, and 7 for us. So kind of feels like a good luck thing there, how that kind of aligned. Again, students in the past, like I said, wanted more practice, so I give you lots of practice there. 8, 9, and 10 is yellow. That's for the inference procedures of confidence intervals and tests. So let me show you, well, actually, let me go down here. And then I have some optional practice. Within here, if you want more additional practice by topic, it is in here by the various topics. So feel free at any point in time. I do have the various questions posted and then the solutions down below. So if topic 1, anything about exploring data from chapters 1 through 3, designing the study again was chapter 4, probability is 5 through 7, statistical inference was 8 to 10. Jump on in here at any point in time, get more practice, and check the solutions down below. Now, let me show you how a typical day goes and how you're going to get credit for participation. If you just read the following thing here, they're all very, very similar. It says here, first open up the day 1 folder and read about the summary. So the textbook has a really good summary, and this is all I really did is I went to the chapter summary in the textbook and I pasted it in here. So if you like the textbook, go into the textbook and look at it. I do a short video where I just kind of talk about the key things in the summary and some things you don't want to maybe flip up on, or some things that are really common that you don't want to get confused with other things. So I'm just going to have you read that summary information. And then in this particular one, I have 2 free responses. I want you to open them up, try it, and then look at the solution. And do that for the second one. So I'm not going to grade this work because I just want you to try it on your own. The third thing it says here is open up the discussion and do the Chapter 1 AP Classroom. I went into the AP Classroom and I copied some of their questions and I put them in Schoology. I wanted to have them in Schoology, but I'm also going to have you go to the AP Classroom to get used to it. So it says here, open up the discussion and check the answer. I'm going to have the answer posted. Upload your write-up. So you're going to notice here in the red for this particular free response, this is the third one that is assigned for day 1. I do want you to upload your answer, but yeah, the answer is posted. So I'm not going to sit there and check it. I'm going to have you grade it yourself. So I have you read the rubric, critique yourself, and see what you would give yourself as a score. It doesn't matter if it was a 1. That's not what this is about. It's about you getting better on it and asking questions that you need help on. So it's graded just on participation, not accuracy. But then I actually want you to go into the AP Classroom and I want you to upload the answer to their particular question. The question I have here is actually from their Unit 1, Question 1. So that you get a feel of what it might be like on your test on the 22nd. Because again, I don't know. Is it a 5-part question? Is it a 2-part question? Do you type an answer? Do you upload? I don't know. I want you to see what they're going to start showing you in these questions here. So if I'm actually just going to click here into day 1 really quickly, here's what I meant. Again, this is from the textbook. This is just a summary of all the learning objectives, some of the key concepts from chapter 1, some of the key vocab. I love how the vocab is kind of highlighted here in the blue and you can see it. And it breaks it down by section. And so we have section 1, 2, and 3 in here. Now, I do have here a video of me, again, just highlighting some of the key things about those summary reports. Students in the past, some have said, yeah, this video is good. Others have been like, nah, didn't really help me. So you decide. Please do watch this first video and see if you find it helpful or not. I try not to make them too long, but I want to give you some insight into some of the things I know about here that can get students kind of caught up on. Then you're going to go into here. You're going to see there's 3 problems. This is the free response. This is a past one that's been done before, and it says it's self-graded. So just click into it. And then once you get into it, here it is. So just view that free response. If you want to print it out on paper and have it in front of you, that's great. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Or just go to your own separate piece of paper and actually do this question. This was from the year 2000. It's question 3. Give it a try. Go back over here, look at the solution. If you have a question, go to the question review board, discussion board, and ask me. Nothing to submit or upload here. So just try that one question and just kind of, I guess, reflect on your own. You're going to go back down. And for this day, we have a second one just like it. This is practice number 2. Do the same thing. Open up the question and try it and look at your solution. Now, the discussion, these are where the participation comes into play. This is, again, from the AP Classroom. So if you click into it, I have the directions. It says what to do. Open up and answer the attached FRQ. So this is the FRQ right here. You could just view it. Or again, if you like to have that printout, you're more than welcome to print this out. So you have it in front of you and you can do the problem in that fashion. So here is their question. By the way, this is from the AP Classroom. This is Unit 1, Question 1. Next, it says, now check the solution. Open up the solution and read it. This is going to take a little bit more time. It's the actual AP Board's critiquing rubric. Read it and give yourself a score in this. So you're going to comment, you're going to give yourself a score and tell me why you're giving yourself that score. Again, this is just on participation. The last thing is here, go to the AP Classroom. So I have the link here. I want you to go to the AP Classroom. This one says upload the same solution. Go to the Unit 1 progress check, number 1. Look and see how they want you to upload this answer. Go to there and actually do it. I do have the link here. You guys are going to have a different looking screen than what I do, but go into the AP Classroom and then just try to upload for that. I am not going to go to the AP Classroom and correct it because you already have the scoring rubric here. As we look more again at the review, you are going to see, again, that was day 1. Day 2 is really similar. Day 2 is a little bit longer. This one I have 2 discussions, so I do have one AP Classroom question here for you to upload to get 100 points on. then 2 questions to practice from chapter 3, and then another AP question. So day 2 has 2 different uploads in 2 different AP classrooms. I believe this is the only day that does that. Day 3 and 4 are very similar. You're going to have, again, read your overview, try your 2 practice ones, do an AP classroom, and same thing. Just read the directions. One thing I do want to highlight, you're going to see on day 7 for probability, I have tons of questions here. Again, this is where I wanted to give you more examples because students in the past have said, I want more examples. Take a look at these, especially if you feel weak on probability. I don't know how they're not going to have some probability addressed in there. I mean, they will. They're definitely going to have something in their free responses addressed with any type of these probabilities. So the more practice, the better. That's pretty much all I have, to tell you for the review. If you want to move ahead quicker than this, like you have other things going on and you don't want to wait till May 15th, for example, through day 8, you don't have to. I don't care. But what I do expect is I expect you to have the assignments done at the next scheduled class period. So for example, on day 1, it is scheduled for Monday, the 27th of April. That needs to be done by 9 a.m. on Wednesday, the 29th to get these 100 points. Okay. Same thing. The day 2 assignment on the 29th has to be done by the next scheduled class date, which is May 1st. So school officially starts at 9 a.m. So please make sure that day 2's assignment from the 29th is done by 9 a.m. on the May 1st. And that's just the fashion if you want to get those 100 participation points. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions you have along the way. Good luck as you start this review. I'm thinking positive vibes for you all, and I'm hoping we come away with this test with some really great scores. Good luck in your review.